Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. In this video, we are going to discuss of how to convert the given NFA into a DFA. So let's get into the video. So here is our example. So this is the diagram. We have to convert it into DFA. So the first step what you have to do is to draw the transition table for this thing. So we are having our info alphabets as 0 and 1 and our states as Q0 and Q1, where Q0 is our initial state and Q1 is our final state. So Q0 when applied with 0, Q0 when applied with 0, it is staying on itself, that is on Q0 and also going to Q1. So it is Q0 comma Q1, and Q0 when applied with 1 is going to Q1. The same thing when Q1 is applied with 0 is going nowhere, so we represent with an empty set 5. And Q1 when applied on 1 is self looping and also going to Q0, so it is Q0 comma Q1. This is the NFA transition table for this thing. We have to convert this table into DFA. So for that what we do is we'll also start doing the transition table side by side. This is for the DFA. So here also we are having two alphabets, that is 0 and 1. But we'll only consider the first thing what we have, that is the initial state. So for the initial state we have Q0, and Q0 when applied with 0 it is going to Q0 comma Q1. When applied with 1 it goes to Q1. We wrote the same initial state thing what we got here. Now here we got a new state, two new states, and those are Q0 comma Q1 and Q1. Q0 comma Q1 and Q1 are the new two states. So we'll write them off. Q1 and Q0 comma Q1 are the new two states which we found. So we write it here. So here when Q1 when applied with 0, Q1 when applied with 0 is going nowhere, so 5. And Q1 when applied with 1, Q1 when applied with 1 is going to Q0 comma Q1. So we write here Q0 comma Q1, and Q0 comma Q1 when applied with 0. We don't have this thing here, so how are we going to find out? So let's check it out. We find it out that is delta of Q0 comma Q1 comma 0, that is for 0 thing. That can be written as delta of Q0 comma 0 union delta of Q1 comma 0. So delta of Q0 comma 0, delta of Q0 on 0 is Q0 comma Q1, is Q0 comma Q1 union delta of Q1 comma Q0 Q1 comma 0. Q1 when applied with 0 is an empty set, so it is a 5. So union is same thing, that is Q0 comma Q1, that is Q0 comma Q1 when applied with 0 is the same thing, that is it stays on Q0 comma Q1 itself. And Q0 comma Q1 when applied with 1, in the same way delta of Q0 comma Q1 when applied with 1 is delta of Q0 comma 1 union delta of Q1 comma 1, that is delta of Q0 comma 1. Q0 when applied on 1 goes to Q1 union delta of Q1 comma 1. Q1 when applied with 1 it is Q0 comma Q0 comma Q1, that is union Q0 comma Q1. So the union is also, as Q1 is already in Q0 in the this set, so the union is also the same thing, that is Q0 comma Q1. So when applied with 1 it goes to Q0 comma Q1. So we didn't get any new states here, because the two states what we have here are Q0 comma Q1 we already have it, Q0 comma Q1 we already have it, Q1 and we already have it. So and here we end our construction of DFA. So now we have found our initial state. How are we going to find out our final state? So the final state here is Q1. So wherever we find q1, right, that is our final state also. So here we are having q1, so it is one of our final states, and in this set we are also having q1, so this is also our next final state. So in this thing we have two final states. So let's just draw the diagram for it. Q naught is our initial state, and q naught when applied with 0 goes to q naught comma q1, and when this is our one of our final states also, and q naught when applied with 1 goes to q1, which is also our final state, and q1 on 0 goes nowhere, and q1 on 1 goes to q naught comma q1, and q naught comma q1 applied on q naught comma q1 are self looping, that is 0 comma 1. So this is a DFA diagram for this thing. For this given NFA we have converted it into its equivalent DFA.